then Bollinger Band lines. I've just colored them all white so you don't see them. Now, if I click on the center of it, then you can see the Bollinger Bands. So that this little orange line is the center. This is Salt's blue line, basically. But there's nothing, and he'll tell you the same thing. He's telling you what he's doing. But I know when I first started with him, I was having problems. What am I missing? What am I missing? He said, "You're just not listening." And it's kind of like we got down here to the 1725. Price action says we should have gotten back up to this 21 area. Well, it went past that. So, if you take a shot at it, you're wrong probably at about 16. Those are the type of scenarios that you're looking at. And it's so much, this hindsight's 2020. It's tough to do in real time. I'd say, looking at this price action here, I'm saying, okay, we got to get back up here to this 30 area. Okay, is it going to do it? You haven't got there yet. So that 30 area is still up there, but we got close. We got to 29, but I also know that 29 we had a level sitting there, and also look at okay, this is what we were aiming for, and look where we come right up to. We hit that green band, so that 200 period moving average is kind of like, okay, it's kind of like a little roadblock. Same way with that blue band becomes a area of resistance and support. So they do. It all comes together. They're just, but the simpler you can keep that chart. Now, I put a lot of these horizontal lines in there, and these are like this 6760 area. I'm aware of it up there. I'm also aware that right now we've got three markets and they're all down. Dow's down 157, the Nasdaq's down about 160, S&P's down 29. I've got also the price action says, okay, we should be going up. But I got targets way all the way down to the 61, so I don't know. I'm just going to have to wait really close to 8:30 and say, okay, where are my new numbers going to land? How am I going to trade this today? Good. 42. And
during times like this, if you guys have a mic, you can talk on the mic too. Like David could talk on the mic. Hey, Craig, good morning.
Yeah, David doesn't have one. He doesn't have one with his system. I'll tell you another simplistic way that I look at it now. This is just me. Is that I've got I've got lines in here like this right here. These are our levels. We got levels up and down, all the way down. And so the market usually should come up, hit a level or an area, and it should bounce off. We don't know if it's going to go down into there or it's going to go back into there. And then sometimes it does this number, then it goes back down a little bit, and then it goes back up again. So this is what we would see a blow through level. And but basically that's what I'm seeing. It's almost like it's sheet music to me. I'm not a musician, don't get me wrong, but I'm using these areas, my support and resistance, but I'm also saying, okay, and this may be our pivot. We get above our pivot, I'm kind of tend to be long. Anything above this line right here, it's kind of like, okay, let's change. And then you come back in and you throw the blue band in there, and it's meandering across here like this or behind. And you can see right now we're underneath that blue band. So, like I say, it's just a simplistic way that I look at it. I'm trying to look at things like, okay, I'm just here to make it simple. I don't want it too complicated. My brain will not handle complications. So, you just basically have to come up for something for your brain. You use the numbers. Don't get me wrong, use the numbers, but make them work for you. Let me see if I can rephrase that. Use the numbers for you in the way that you trade, and you have a good reason. And so, this is something that I've had to come up with. I said, okay, I've taken classes where the guys would give you a pivot, numbers above and below, but they don't, and nobody can tell you which way this market's going to go. I also know that, okay, up here at this 30, 30, 50 area, we should get back to. Does that mean I'm just going to jump in and buy one here? No, not with this opening coming up like it is, because we could see this thing tank off. All three markets this morning are red, and they're not red by 1 or 2 points. A 166 Dow, 163 NASDAQ, and a 31 ES. So there is some selling going on. Now, the question that we have at the open is okay, the guys that were short from overnight, they've got to say, okay, I'm ready to get out. I don't want to go into a day session. And then we still have London in the market. We have the Swiss, we have the DAX, and we have the US Open. So depending on what the DAX is doing, everybody thinks the S&P is the big dog, but it's not. That DAX trades, that S&P will follow for the most part. So the lines that you see are like this red line. I'm going to move it down when I get closer to where I want my pivot to be. If I had to guess where a pivot might run right now, it would probably be pretty close to this 18 area. We'll have to wait and see. We got another 5 minutes. 5 minutes, they could shoot this thing a long way. And they do that a lot of times. You'll think, okay, yeah, this is my pivot that I'm going to use. Well, my numbers above and everything are pretty well there. They're kind of carved in stone at the moment. We get closer to the open, I'm going to start making adjustments. This 6760 is kind of like, okay, we're there. That number there at 68, it's there. I won't move those. Let's see. So these are numbers that I'm aware of. These are areas that, and I promise you, if you blow this chart up like that and you suck it down some, like so, and I don't know if I can go back far enough to do that. Then from that level there, my next level would be sitting right down here at 12. So, and our low last night was 12 and a quarter. So this is what I might call a value area. Probably sitting here about that's 23, 24 zone. Yesterday we had a 29. 28. There's 29 right there. So I'm going, okay. That's kind of the way that I say, okay, where are we going? What's it doing? Why is it doing what it's doing? Let's see, 67. Oh. And that's normally what we end up having, close to 830. So we've jumped from 18 up here to this 24 area. In another way, the old adage of what's the definition of an uptrend is or a downtrend is lower highs compared to that one and lower lows. That one did it. Then we made a lower high, still hadn't made a lower low yet. But when we change directions, what we will see is the first rattle out of the bag, we're going to break one of these swings. This swing right here, this is just an inside swing out of all of this. I want to buy one so bad, I should have probably bumped that 830 down at that 18 area, but I'm fighting a lot of headwind to the upside. That 20 is going to be the lucky pivot this morning. But All right, guys, the way this opening is going, you're going to have to give me just a moment here. I'm not as adapted. So I can throw your levels out there, but I'm trying to get better levels here. So first level down here is going to be down here at 10. Let me get one more in here. The downside, we've got this 67, our pivot's going to be 67.24 this morning. We've got the first support down here is going to be down at 10. Then 97, 85, 73, and 61. Get some numbers to the upside here shortly. The numbers to the upside are going to be 34, 47, 58, 71, and 82. Okay. You should be getting paid off on that 10 area. Okay. Pivot this morning is going to be, hold on, Phoenix, and I'll get you rolled over. I think that should get you in there. Okay, our pivot this morning is going to be 67.24. Support's going to be down at 10, 97, 85, 73, and 61. Resistance will be up at 34, 47, 58, 71, and 82. All right, let's see where we're going to go from here. Looks like it's going to be a down morning instead of an up. Uh,
Hey, Don.
Yes, sir.
I missed the levels.
Okay.
I got them. I'll post them in a sec.
Oh, see, I was supposed to do that job.
That's all right. We got it covered.
Yeah, I'm going to hand that over to you. I had an idea, and I'll talk to you about it in a minute.
Yeah, okay.
67.
Oh, come on. I just have to get that stupid Copilot out of the way.
We've got an intermediate sitting down here at 04. I like the 04. 03, 04, somewhere in there. I think it's going to be worth
Hey, Kishore, give us a high sign in chat that you're there.
Yeah, Brad, if you can hit them at open, I'll write them down when I get a second, and I can repost them in 15 minutes and again at the half hour for people that are coming in late.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, it's just the open that's the only problem I have.
Yeah, no, I
Okay,
understand that.
Got it.
I did double duty this morning. I was able to hit my entry.
Oh, good.
So good.
Down here to this 97 area. Just keep stops in. Okay. There. After that, 66 and 91, I believe. That is a target that we've been at. Been looking at it for 2 days. Now we all see our 98. Maybe. Okay.
Hey, Kishore, make sure you respond in chat. If you're not responding, they got to exit you. That's the rule.
Yeah, we run through that 98. Next level below is going to be down here at 85.
I don't know if I had a typo on my keyboard messed up, but I think I got some of the numbers wrong. But I'm reposting.
Look to see 98 up here. Only got down to 87.
For those that are joining us through our socials, like us, share us, repost us, heart us. Follow the instructions on the bottom of your charts.
Got up to 97.25. Did make it back to 98. Should see this 04 level. Four. Yeah, those lines, but 4, 10, 16. You know that 04's got a little resistance coming into there. 04 to 06. You got to get above 06 and hold.
And I do not recommend what I just did.
Did you make money?
Yes,
Hey,
but I'm actually in the woods about 15 feet off the ground in a deer stand.
hey, that's
And-
even better.
Seriously, Philip?
and I had a short in at 24 and it hit, and then I lost all of my mobile app. It won't even come up.
Oh,
And
bless your
but I
heart.
was able to still be on Zoom, and it went in my direction. I was like, I'm trying to get it back up to cover, and I finally had to call the trade desk, and they covered it at 92. So I'm done for the day.
Well, good for you.
I didn't even have time to get my stop and stuff set in because I don't have it automated. I do it manually, and so I was at mercy at the Lord's mercy.
Wait. I don't particularly like what I see. I was looking to get back to the 06 area, at least to 04. And we got to the 04. 4, 5. And the high of that bar was 475. Go figure. Let's see, what do I have? I have the 04 sitting there. And the next level up would have been that 10 and 16. Okay, those are all correct. I like being able to get these numbers way beforehand, but so far they're not working out that way. It's just the way the market's going. This is one of those days where we should have went up at the open, but we had so much downside coming into it. And we did get down to the target that I mentioned yesterday of that 66.91. We got a low of about 87.50. And if we'll get up to 6, I think I might call it. Stop at that 475.5 area. Um, can't rule out that this 88.75 again. Well, Philip, are you killing any deer?
little spike came in, and it's been quiet for the last 2 hours.
Is it hot there?
Actually, it's 47. So
Well, that's not too bad. You got
it's
any,
supposed to get up to 68 today.
have the acorns fell around there?
Yeah, I'm hunting on a friend's lease. Um, and then I've got a few other acres near home. This is about an hour from my house, where I can bow hunt. It's bow season right now.
I know around here it's hot.
But-
The acorns are falling and the deer are not moving.
Right. Well, the ruts kicking in here. So, but we're going to get a cold snap tomorrow. I think it's supposed to get down to 20.
Yeah.
Uh,
They're saying 36 here next week. So
yeah.
my neighbor, what was the last year? He killed what did he tell me? A 36 or 38 point. I says, you killed a bush. That wasn't a deer. Okay.
Was that in a high fenced area?
I don't know. I think it's just one of those things they were feeding those deer out, and the deer had so much minerals, it just had one of those freaky
Yeah.
branch type deals.
I know they areas. Nothing like that around here.
Like you, I'm out the trade. Now what do we do? Guys, we are at the moment we're twiddling our thumbs.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Anybody has any questions? Feel free to ask. We've been down. We've hit our target to the downside. We've gotten along on this thing. But we don't have any news out, so to speak, at 9 o'clock. At least I don't think so. Nothing of any major news, so to speak. Let's see what we got here real quick. 9 o'clock, consumer sentiment comes out in 3 minutes and 39 seconds. They're forecasting 53. Just have to wait and see what it does. So just be aware of that. Looking for a dome to see if it's going to thin down much. It's kind of like, okay, the government shut down. Where are they getting these numbers from? They're just making them up. Okay, we're coming up to that 10 zone. We've got a blue band coming in there at about 16 right at the moment. Okay, we finally got to the 10. Look to see our pivot again today, but all right. Dome is thinned down a little bit. News is going to be out in about 45 seconds. We've got a VIX at a 2085 this morning. All right, our news is out. They were anticipating 53 and it was 50.3. We had a level down here at 97 this morning. See what that was a lucky play. About the 97s. I'm out. About this 94, you're going to be wrong below 92, 9150. 94 could possibly give us 250 to 3. Yeah, if we break that, we are probably going to go down to that, which we got that right there at that 98. see, I got a level down here at 85. It should be a decent level. I think it's worth taking.
Yeah, I have it too. That's nice when they correlate.
Yeah. And don't ask me how they do that.
Yeah, it's a 144 projection. It's halfway between the 127 and the 618.
So the question is which one do you take?
Oh, for sure. It's like the 144. Take both of them, actually. You just see how it behaves right there.
You
I
know,
got so tired of setting my target at the 161, and it would come within a few ticks or a couple points and then go the other way. So I finally started setting targets halfway between the 127 and 161.
I'm looking to get back to 99. I don't know if it'll make it or not. Back up to that 99 area, which we should. Really liking the old 3. Being level at 85, so he'll get to get paid off. There's that 99. Come on, come on. You know, you want to go a little higher. That's what I'm talking about. Man, it's been a good morning this morning. I like it when it works. We get back above 06. We've got some resistance up there at 12. Coming into that blue band area. Just don't know what it's going to do when it gets back to this 06 area. You know, I see areas back up at 2. All the way back up to like 39. Now, keep in mind, you know, everything's red. Okay, I'm trying to break above that 06. We got some resistance up there at 12. We got some more coming in here at 16. It just seems like the height of this market and the amount of bars. I haven't even looked at my ATR this morning. I imagine it's about 6 or 8, 10.
Yep, 10:37. The 1 minute 7:02.
You know, we got 7.1 minute bars. This thing's it's moving around a lot. We've also got a 20.78 VIX right at the moment. But that means volatility's good. We're not having to wait too long. And the news is out. There's no more news till probably around 2 o'clock, I think, this afternoon, and I'm not going to be here, so I don't care. Let's see. 67. Up to 12. An area 16 to 18, right in that zone. Got that blue band coming in there at 12:51. And coming up to that, I've got some up here at 10. I've got a little resistance. We need to break one of these swings, either this one in a minute or that one. It normally says we should come back to the top of that right there. You got to respect that blue band. Watch it now, both do it. Okay, today is Friday. I like this being finished by 9:15. Now, if I can just keep my hands off the mouse. Just didn't realize how good that 85 was going to work. Make it back up to 16. That will. Got a little bit of resistance here sitting at 14, which may bounce it back down. I don't know. See, it's coming back all the way to 8. My bias is to the long side this morning. Got up to 16. And should rotate back down into this 8 zone. Did that. Got to get back above that 16 area, get above that blue band. And then I think we should see our pivot then higher. Anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Today, let's see. Our fearless leader should be back next Thursday. He's got me scheduled for the 12th, but I don't know if he's going to be here for the 12th or he's coming back. Then he won't actually be back in the room till Thursday. I don't know. But if he shows up, I will hand him the gauntlet. We bounced off that 16. Got some support sitting down here about 04. Let's see, we had yesterday, we had 20. No, we didn't. Our pivot yesterday was 68.13. This morning it was 67.24. So yeah. Monday morning, I was sitting here, the market was going up. I'm going, okay, we're at 68.90. And I see this downside target down here, 66.90. And I'm going, man, that thing's got a long way to go. And 4 days later, we're sitting on it. Coming back up, we're fighting with that blue band around that 11. $16 area has got a little bit of resistance back up there. Sure wanted to go long at the open this morning. I'm glad I didn't. You got run over the 98 though. But I was buying that 88 area. These markets like this will ruin you. You know, when it bounces off a level, it bounces and it goes a long ways. It's kind of like makes you want to hold on to everything. It's acting like it wants to turn over. Still a lot of pressure to the downside of the stuff. $14 is in play to the upside back there. It's got to give us something to. I think if we can get back above that 550 area, 556, we might see that 14 again. You got one at 550. You're gonna have to manage it pretty tight. Looking for 14, I'd have my stop sitting at break even or be taking some profits up in that 12 area. I'm looking, like I said, I'm looking to see that 14. That was a good little price action play. Worked out real well. We didn't have to take any heat on it. We were aiming back toward that 14, but it's still only going to go there. You just have to, may go up and down and up, who knows? But, you know, if you can get in here at 550 to 6 and get out at 12 in a minute, minute and a half, I'll do that all day long. Stop actually has to go down into this range. Or you got to manage, you know, take quick profits, put your stop sitting here at, you know, probably no more than 2 or 3, looking for the 14. Be wrong below this 98 area. In order to get back to the 14, this is where you'd be wrong at, and this would be your entry. So you're looking at 7. And you're aiming to make deal, but you know, I took the 12 and got out. You know, and sometimes it takes more than 2 minutes for the pattern for the target to be hit. It's that patience part that gets you.
No, that's the truth.
We know that 556, we got to get back above it. Um, 7, out of the 8 area, somewhere in there. So, usually on the 1 minute chart, it may take 15 minutes for the pattern to work out. It's a lot quicker if it just goes bam, bam, bam. But you know, unfortunately, you know, it doesn't always work that way. So I choose if you get in the trade and it's making money, forget about the target. take you some money off the table. The 6 was a really good, I mean, that 12 was a good target area. I'm sitting right in this zone right about here, this 875 to 9 area. That's the bottom of that. Now the question is, where do we go? Do we double bottom out right here and reverse it? Or do we keep on going? We're also down at a 98, which was 97 was a level. I actually had 98 this morning, but I used 97. Excuse me, 87. Or is that 90, 97?
Well, my timing has been terrible today. Thankfully, I'm green, but geez. One of those days.
Yep. And it's kind of like, okay, where do we go from here? Well, question is where it's after 9:30. Are we gonna take it back up to that 7? We should. So if you want to buy one at the 98s, 97, 98, buy one, put your stop right below it. You know, you bought the 97s, you know, you're getting paid off right at the moment. If we get back above 01, just like that, I would expect to see at least 05. But your stop has to be, you know, right here below this. When you're trading off of this thing, and or take you some profits. Today's Friday. You know, when I look at all of this here sitting at 72 to 05, so if you got the 7s and run up to 2s, coming up to that 5 zone, I'd be looking to take some profits. That's just me. We got up to 450 and I'm sitting at 475. That kind of I mean, I'm in this trade. And I will not take a loss. We get back down to this 97 area. We're going to scratch the trade at 96.50. Scratching. Yes. See, you didn't bother the other one. See what happens if we break above 95.50. It puts back at that 96. It's going to take us back up to 90.01 area. Guys, I'll be right back. I'm afraid if we break that 83, we're going to see a lot lower. We have to get back above that 6704 level. That 85. And let's see, if we take that, we've got a little intermediate support sitting down here at 79 to 80. Where do I think this thing can go down to? Got some support sitting here at 80. It's worth a couple of points. That's about it. Few points out of it. Got some of the 80. You could buy the 84, 84.50s. Stop's got to be at 79. Looking for at least 94. So that's what price action says. We get up here at the 88 area. 86. You can buy another one in here. Stop's got to go below 79. They like this long in here, due to the fact this is I've got this 83 target in there, so I got to keep that in mind. I mean, if you take it, just make a few points and get out. We get back above 88, I would look for 94. But if you take this, 82 trade, you gotta, this stuff's got to be down here at 79. And you're looking for, so if you're 82, you're looking for 88. So there's 6 points. You're looking at risking 4 to make 6, possibly 10 to 12. All right, there's that 88. Got some resistance up there at about 93. Up on 10 o'clock. Want to be aware of those gyrations that happen up around 10. You got up to 90. The entry was sitting around 82 to 84. Take you some profits, get out. See this 5-minute bar here close above 91. Preferably up around that 96 area. Look like it's trying to turn over. It's a high probability that sometime today we're going to get down to this 92, 93 area. That's just fact. Let's see. Our next level down below is going to be down here at 73. I've got some sitting at 80 and 70. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm doing it anyway. I'm buying that 79. My level was at 73. Let's see, we got down to about 76 something. I'm looking for 80, 82. My stops is back at break even. There's my 82. I had to stand some heat on it, but it did work out. There's some resistance back up here. Got this 84. The 85 areas where we were sitting in there this morning. High at 8. 83. You weren't able to buy this 79. You're looking for 83. And your stops got to be down here at 75. That's getting me a little bit better entry. By the 78, you're looking at the 75 and you're looking at a 93 target. Upwards at 81.75, you know, too. 81.50. At this stage of the game, my stop is back here to scratch. See if you're going to scratch it or it's going to make it. It scratched it, but it didn't cost me anything. So theory, your stop still has to be down here at 75. So if you're able to get this, you stop down here, you're looking for 84. Or at least what I say, 80, 81.75. Get above 81.50, subject to see that 84. I mean, we're trying to go uphill in a downhill market, and it's tough. But there's we've got enough leeway in these markets to make 2 or 3 points out of it. So is it worth taking? Yes. Okay, there we got up to 83.75. Should have touched 84. Maybe it did. Maybe my charts are a little off.
Yeah, I hit the close button this morning, and instead of closing me out, it added a couple more contracts. I've never had that happen before. That was very strange.
Yeah, we only show we got the 83.75. Should have touched that 80. But you know what? Hey, made money out of the trade. Not holding on for bigger targets because I have a higher probability sitting down here at this 63.75 area. But if it's going to do this chop zone, I'll play it. But yeah, I wish this thing would close somewhere right in here on this 1 minute bar. I'd say we're going back up to 82. Says buy it. Got a little support down here at 73 is our level. And this thing says here we should be coming back into this 82.50 area right there. So there's going to be about 5 points of risk in it. I mean, from 76 to 82. That's about a 6-point trade. So how much risk are we willing to put? Not much. Especially the way this 5-minute mark's looking. Yeah, high probability trade down here at the bottom half of it. We get down here to 73, 74 area, even 72. I've got support from 70 to 74, all right in here. And I'm looking for this area, get me back up into that area up in here, this 8250 area. So you might as well say 82. As it stands right now, we've gotten halfway back at that 78, 75, almost 79. When we've touched 79, it left that 84 hanging out there. We didn't get there. We only got to 83.75. So let's wait on there. Coming into our 73. We got down to 73. Should give us 76. And so I also got some support here at 70. You also got to remember we got this green line here at 63. All right, 73. So I'm sitting here at 70. And 73 should have, it's one of these areas. Okay, if I take the 73, the next level below is going to be at 61. And I've got some support here sitting here at 70. So 70 should, at a minimum, get us back to 73 to scratch it if we don't like it, to hold it, to see if we can get a little bit out of it. 70 should have gave us 72, and it did. And we're coming back up to our 63. We got a little above it, so it give you a chance to get out. You're scared of it. Still holding it, you're getting paid off. Got up to 76. So if you buy this 73 area, 72 area again, your stop's got to go below 70. And I would say we're going to this 63.75 area. That's what it's saying it's doing. Let's go 70, 64. I've got some support at 64. We've got a number down there at 61. And I got some here sitting at 68. So there's a bunch of support and resistance all the way down into this area. Let's see. That 70 was a good zone. 61 is a good zone. But as I told you earlier, once we broke this low right in here, my target objective is at least down into here. And it was probably a pretty high probability that we're going to touch that number. And it's also a level that we had. I have a 61, a 62, and a 64.
Hey, Kishore, are you back? Let me know in chat. For those that are joining us through our socials, take a moment, follow the instructions on the bottom of the charts, and join us live in Zoom. We're here daily doing a group coaching session. So if you're interested in starting out in trading, or you're a current trader that just wants to trade better, join us. Follow the instructions on the bottom of the charts. Come on in. You have free access pass to come in for a week. Kishore, you make a quick high sign. I don't want to have to ban you.
Let me give you some numbers below 61. Below 66, 61, I have 48, 36, and 25. So if we keep trading that far down today, and those are places to be aware of. Let's see, 60 at 68. We got to bounce back into the 70s. I did that. Let's see if we can get it back up. They're just not letting it go very far right now. Not with that target sitting down here. See that 76? Okay, we got that. We did not get that 84. And we should have. That's going to be up in that area right there. The question is if they're going to take it up to 84, then bring it back down to that green line or not. I don't know.